You met someone new. The conversation was easy. No awkward silences. No bad moments. And a week later they cannot remember your name. Not because you did anything wrong, but because of one thing nobody ever taught you. And once you understand it, you will never be forgotten again. Think about the last time you walked into a room full of new people. You introduced yourself. You made conversation. You were present, engaged, and reasonably interesting. And somehow a few days later you were completely invisible to them. You remember them. But to them, you are just a vague face from that one thing that one time. This is one of the most quietly painful social experiences a person can have. And almost nobody talks about it openly because admitting something is fundamentally wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You were just never taught the specific things that make a person genuinely unforgettable. Not louder, not more impressive, just impossible to forget a day. We are going through exactly what those things are. The listening trap. Why talking more makes you less memorable. Here is the first thing most people get completely backwards. Psychology study at the University of California divided participants into two groups. The first group was filled with highly interesting people, articulate, knowledgeable, full of compelling stories. The second group was filled with people who mostly listened, who asked genuine questions, who stayed curious throughout the conversation. 1 week later, participants were asked which people they remembered most vividly. The listeners, by a factor of three times more memorable. Not because they said more, because they made the other person feel something specific, the feeling that they genuinely mattered to someone else in that conversation. And here is the psychological truth. Underneath that finding, people do not remember what you told them about yourself. They remember how they felt when they were talking to you. If they felt heard, valued, and genuinely interesting, they will associate that feeling with your face, with your name, with your presence. The most common mistake people make when meeting someone new is spending the entire conversation trying to seem impressive. The move that actually works is the opposite. Make them feel impressive. Ask real questions. Listen like what they are saying matters, because it does. Asterisk. Name anchoring, the 3-second technique. That creates instant connection. The second reason people forget you is something almost nobody consciously notices happening. When you first meet someone, your brain is running at full capacity trying to manage your own impression. You are monitoring your body language, choosing your words, managing your nerves. In the middle of all that processing, you hear their name, and 3 seconds later, it is completely gone. And if you never used their name during the conversation, their brain never built a real connection to you either. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Within the first 3 seconds of learning someone's name, use it once in your response. That is a great point, Sarah. I completely agree. Marcus. That is it. Psychologists call this name anchoring. When you say someone's name, a small release of dopamine occurs in their brain, a micro moment of positive feeling, and that feeling attaches itself to you. It links your face, your voice, and your presence to something that felt good. They may not consciously know why they remember you so clearly, but they will. The exit effect. Why how you leave matters more than how you arrived. Most people spend all their energy on the beginning of a conversation. Researchers at Harvard Business School found something that reframes this entirely. We remember the final 30 seconds of any interaction more vividly than almost anything that came before it. This is called the recency effect, and it means your exit is your most powerful moment. A generic goodbye, "It was nice meeting you, take care," is your final impression. And a generic impression is a forgettable one. Here is what changes everything. Before you leave, reach back into the conversation and pull out one specific thing they mentioned. Reference it directly. "Hey, that story you told about your trip to Portugal. I genuinely want to hear the rest of that next time." In that moment, the other person experiences one clear thought. This person actually listened to me. That thought does not leave easily. Asterisk. Presence over performance. The real difference between entertaining and unforgettable. There is a common belief that to be memorable, you need to be the loudest, most energetic person in the room. Research consistently says the opposite. High-energy, performance-driven people are entertaining in the moment, but they rarely register as trustworthy. And people do not deeply remember those they do not trust. The people who are genuinely, lastingly memorable are almost always the quietest ones in the room. They hold eye contact without it feeling intense. They respond thoughtfully instead of immediately. They do not compete for airtime. They create space for others to fill it. This is not shyness. This is not passivity. This is presence. And presence is the rarest social skill there is because it cannot be performed. It can only be genuinely practiced. When someone feels truly seen in your company, truly heard, truly unjudged, they carry that experience with them, not as a memory of what you said, as a feeling they associate with you every time your name comes up. One final thing, and this is the detail that separates the truly unforgettable from everyone else. Before you leave a conversation, give one specific compliment, not a general one. "You seem really cool" registers as nothing. It sounds like something people say when they cannot think of anything real. Talking to you genuinely made me think differently about that. You have a way of cutting straight to what actually matters. That lands completely differently. Because specificity is proof of attention, and attention, genuine and hurried attention, is the rarest gift one person can give another in a world that is constantly distracted. So the next time you meet someone new, remember 4 things. Listen first. Tell your story second. Use their name. Just once. Within the first few seconds. Exit with something specific, something real that they actually said. And end with a genuine, specific compliment. These are not tricks. They are not manipulation. They are the things that make a person feel genuinely valued in a conversation. And people never forget how you made them feel. If this video gave you something real, something you will actually use the next time you walk into a room full of new faces, subscribe to this channel, because every single video here is built around one goal: giving you the social and psychological tools that actually change how people experience you. No filler, no motivation speak, just the real stuff. I will see you in the next one.